Hi, hey, hello. My name is Naomi, if you didn't guess already, and either welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's really cold in my room right now, so I'm not wearing my glasses because I have a hot drink and they'll steam up if I try and drink anything hot with them on. Sid, again, is just like chilling over on the side there. But I figured that I would come and do like how did my February go? I know that I'm not making a lot of videos right now. The PC that I have is fully set up now, so I should hopefully be making more like gaming videos at the very least from that. I just won't have a webcam, which is fine. I don't mind not having a webcam. But yeah, so February. First off, I'm going to talk about my therapy and how that's been going because it's been very interesting. Um, if you didn't watch the last one, then I have arachnophobia. I'm in high intensity phobia therapy for it. I have been for a few months now. But this month has been the hardest, simply just because we've realized, me and my therapist have realized that my phobia is heavily linked to my trauma. So we've been sort of working through that as much as I want to because it all depends on me and what I'm comfortable with going through and just sort of like revealing. Um, there's a lot of stuff that I don't ever want to deal with. So we're trying to tackle what we can in terms of what I'm comfortable with. But yeah, the second thing I'm gonna have to get up for so I can show you. I both ignore the pile of clothing. Both of my sisters have no babies, so I made this one. It's pink and white and it has a scalloped edge and it's really cute and I've weaved in all the ends of it finally and finished it off. So that one's like fully ready. It smells really nice. This one I still need to finish the ends for. Like there's still some ends that I need to weave in and I need to chop them all off and then wash it. But I really like this one. I like the fact that the blue is a bit darker than the pink, but I'm also just not a massive fan of pink. So this one is very nearly ready for my sister. Washing it will block it so the ends kind of like work better and they're not as like curled over and stuff. But yeah, I love to crochet and just doing things like that for the people in my life is something that I really want to do. My mum was like, "You should sell them," and I looked at her, I was like, "Do you know how long it takes me to finish these things? Because it's way too long." I start a project and then I finish it like months later. But I will get onto more crochet in a minute. At the start of the month, I bought a Mega Construx Tesco truck, and I love it. This little dude in here, he can be bald. He looks so derpy. It's unreal. I dropped it when I was bringing it in here, so I was like really glad that it didn't just like fall apart. You got the little doors, and then inside you've got like food and stuff, which right now has been jostled around a lot, but it's fine. It's fine. I love it. It's so cute. And yeah, who doesn't love Tesco's? But my question is, big or little Tesco's? Which is your favorite? Let me have a. I'm gonna hide the design because I don't feel like it's very appropriate. I don't have any milk, so I made like a hot chocolate that I can make with water, and then I put some like chocolate spread in it as well because it's nice. Okay, I finished this. This is okay. Um. Anyway, this is. Let me find the like first page of it. There we go. Artemis Fowl and the Last Guardian. I read it, I finished it, I loved it, and then I realised that this is the last book in the Artemis Fowl series. So of course I had to go and buy the rest of them. And I'm about halfway through the first book, so I'll definitely be finishing that like at the start of next month and maybe even getting through the second book. I'm not entirely sure. But, but yeah, I loved it. Even though it is the last book, there wasn't a lot of stuff that I felt left out of or that I didn't really understand. Like, all the characters, you get a little introduction to them anyway. There was only a few characters that I was just sort of like, okay, like, they've definitely met these people before and I'm a little bit behind. But yeah, now, crochet stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't like weaved in because weaving in ends is the bane of my existence. But I made this little dragon dude. Like the horns, the spines, and the wings are meant to be a different color. But just while I'm practicing, I use like a throwaway yarn that I don't really like working with to make just little practices. So he's got like spines going all down his back, tail, wings, and he just like sort of like sits by himself. And I love him. And I'm gonna make another one in a darker red because, you know, red dragons in D&D. We narrowly escaped a fight with one recently. Man, I made, like, if you watched the last video, you would have seen the like happy flower that I made. I made a smaller version of it, but the petals didn't work too great. To me, it looks more like just a red sun. So that's what I'm gonna say it is. This is a sun, okay? This is just a very red sun. But yeah, it's still cute. I mean, it's small, it's cute. You know, excuse the fact that like my hoodie's falling apart. My boyfriend gave it to me. And then I have this keyring that I made like years ago, but I never wrote down the pattern for it. And it's a little mini ice cream. And I was like, okay, I can definitely make a new version of this. So I tried in the same horrible yarn. This is how it turned out. But then I was like, okay, the cone's a bit too big. I don't really like exactly how the top of it has turned out. So I'll try again. I ran out of the, well, I didn't run out, but like I'm getting very close to the end of this yarn, so I used a different red. And then I realized that this red is amazing to work with, so I'm not going to be using it for scrap projects. But like I think that the second version turned out like much cuter than the first. And I wrote down the pattern, and you know, I'm going to try and make them in all different colors. Because I have like a good like cone color, and then I have like just pretty much every color you can imagine. Of yarn. I have so much. I need to my partner said that he was going to help me organize my yarn stash, so I need to remind him of that so that we can get that done because it's ridiculous. I have yarn just everywhere. And then I kind of went a little bit flower mad. The first thing I want to show is this cloud that I made. You make a second one and then like sew them together and like stuff it and stuff, so I need to do that at some point. But yeah, I made a cloud. Made a cloud. Oh my god, amazing. And then I found some flower patterns. Okay, so the first one was this, but I didn't like exactly how big the hole was in the middle, because you start with the chain 15 and then connect it and then just like go around that. So I made it again, but instead I did 5 double crochet into a magic ring and then 10 and then 15 and then did the petals. So it's like the exact same pattern, I just did some extra in the middle so that it was a solid colour. And then I just made more of them. So this was the third one that I made in that same pattern. You use like chains and treble crochets to make the petals. And this yarn I've had for so long and I've never known what to do with it, so now I'm just using it to make bigger things out of the patterns that I have because it is a thicker yarn. And then I found a different flower pattern, and I kind of just spent the entirety of yesterday making these flowers. So I made one in this red, which is a completely different red to the other 2 reds. This is just a red that I've had left over for a while from a different thing that I made. I don't have a lot left of it, but I needed to use a 3mm hook, which I've never really used. Usually I use a 3.5mm, or like for this one, I think I use a 6mm. But yeah, like it's just a different pattern. You go up to 30, I think. And I think I missed out on the last row of the petals, but that's okay. It was just practicing. And then I made it in white and this yarn, which I don't really like how it ended up like around here, but I don't know what else to do with this yarn because I have so much of it just sort of like, I have like a whole like ball of it just sitting there and I don't know what to do with it, so I made a flower with it. And that like it's a weird size as well. And then I used a slightly bigger hook. I think I used a 4mm. I have like a dragon hook that I got years ago from my sisters, And I used that to make this. It's not black, it's a very dark blue. But again, like this was just like leftover yarn from a different project that I made. I made a granny square blanket for a friend's kid who's like really into Spider-Man, and I was like, red and blue, that works. Um, but I like this one. I really like this one. I think that this was the best one out of the smaller ones that I did. I just think that it turned out really well. I'm just upset that I did the color change wrong, so you can like definitely see that there's a difference there. And then I made a really big one because I have like this really big black yarn as well, like the thick, and I don't know what to do with it. So I made this with it, and I love it. This is probably my favorite one, but I don't know what to do with it now. Like what practical use does this serve? Do I just like sit it there and I'm just like, yes, this is to protect your side from your keys? I don't know what to do with it, but I'm glad that I made it because it's fun to make. Okay? Yeah, I honestly don't know what to do with it. But I think like the color change that I did on this one, it was like down here, is the best one that I did so far. Like you can barely see the like actual color change in it. You can see it a bit more on the other side, but this is the right side, okay? This is the wrong side. So we just look at the right side and hope that it's pretty. Um but yeah, so that is like pretty much everything that I did this month. I didn't do a lot, honestly. I spent the month just sort of like being in my own head a little bit. It's nice. Um I just sort of sat there and I started a lot of projects and then I just like frogged them. Um which just means undoing a crochet project. Or I think it is a term in knitting as well. I'm not sure. But I'm thinking that I will do some Tunisian crochet probably today. I wanted to do this video tomorrow, like again, like on the actual last day of the month, but I'm really busy. I have my eye test, I have to send off some documents to get a passport, and then I need to go food shopping because I am running low, very low. I'm eating the scraps at this point. Like I wanted a cup of tea. I have no milk. I'm not gonna go and buy an expensive milk when I'm gonna get a cheaper milk tomorrow. So yeah. Ugh. I'm also thinking that I'm getting sick because I'm just not feeling great. So a lot of days I've just sort of been sitting there not feeling good and trying to recover. But yeah, I'll try and like document whatever I do for March. Yeah, March comes after February, right? Um but yeah, like, oh, well, actually today, like, my friend Scott was streaming for the first time in a while, and he made me a mod, so, woo, now I can block people. I don't know, yeah, I've just sort of been living life, plodding on, not realising what I'm doing most of the time. Classic mentally ill stuff. I mean, that really is, like, a mentally ill thing, though, like, going through an entire day, and then my partner calls me every night and he's like, what did you do today? And I'm like, I could not tell you. I have no idea if I've done anything today. I have breathed and survived. But yeah. Sorry, I don't know if I want to cut out my drinking or not. But I have like loads of crochet books and magazines and stuff, and there's so many patterns that I bought them for a reason, and I've just never made them. So I'm gonna try and find like some more like scrap yarn that I don't really want to use. I mean, I have a lot of yarn. I'm sure that some of it will not be the nicest to work with. I have like this really ugly mustard color, and I don't know what to do with it. I don't know why I bought it. I also have like a sage green and then a lime green. And I don't know why I buy these colors because I hate them and I don't have like any projects in mind for them. But it's whatever. I'll figure something out. I was thinking that I'll start on like Halloween stuff soon and see if I can like crack out any of that so that I have it ready for Halloween. Which you might be thinking that this is way in advance, but it's not. A lot of people start like Christmas presents at this time because closer to the time you still haven't finished them. It took me months to finish both of those like small baby blankets. But yeah, that has basically just been it. I don't know if I've done anything else. I don't think I have. I've just sort of been like hanging out with my partner like every weekend. I don't remember if I had D&D this month or not. There's just, well, I mean, Valentine's Day, my partner did the same thing that he did last year, which is where he was like, yeah, like I'm in work, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then he just calls me up and says like, yep, I got a half day, like we're going for a meal. And I love him for that. I do. And he always takes me somewhere that we know as well, because I get really weird about like new restaurants and stuff, because I'm super fussy about what I like and what I will eat. So yeah, he's so sweet. And he got me the Stardew Valley board game as well, which he was like, he looked at me and he was like, I didn't think you'd be this happy about it. And I was, what do you mean? You didn't think I would be this happy about it? Like, it's my second all-time favorite game. It's like a very close second behind Skyrim. What do you mean you didn't think I was going to be this happy about it? Which 1.6 is coming next month to PC. So that's going to be something that I'm definitely playing and enjoying and potentially making content of. I don't know. I never know what to do for content, but yeah. I'll edit this, I guess. Probably, maybe, potentially. And then get it uploaded today or tomorrow. I don't know. I'm very tired. Bye.